Hi everyone, my name is Thomas, and in this first part of the demo, we're going to highlight the SalesVu solution using a restaurant called Tan Contento. At this restaurant, there will be a hostess that will be using the SalesVu On The List app, an integrated waitlist and management solution. The hostess will have an iPad at the entrance of the business where they can ask customers if they have a reservation or place them on the waitlist. There are several key features that can be used by the hostess. The hostess can view all of the reservations for the day. They can also view the table layout to see which tables are open, indicated in green, and occupied, indicated in red. If the business has multiple floor plans, you can also view them using this dropdown. In this case, there is a patio layout for the business. And more importantly, the hostess can add guests to the wait list by entering their party size, estimated wait time, and their information, name and phone number. In this case, let's assume that one of the customers wanted a special table by the bar. I can add them to the waitlist by touching on the plus icon, and when their table is ready, we can text them to let them know that the table is available. So in this example, Louisa has received her text message and is ready to be seated. The hostess can then assign the guest to their table using the drag and drop feature and show their guest to their table. Then we'll add another party to their table as well. Once the hostess has assigned the guest to their table, the server can now take over using a handheld iPad or counter POS to take their order tableside. So now we'll be switching to the SalesVu POS app. Once we're on the table layout, we'll go ahead and select table number 2 and open a tab by pre-authorizing a credit card. Now we'll go ahead and process the card. Once the pre-authorization has been approved, the physical card can now be handed back to the guest as their card is now on file. The server can now begin taking the order. Here you will see several items with a red badge that shows a discount. These are time-based discounts that fall under the happy hour discounts. We'll add the first drink and assign it seat number 1. Then we'll add a second drink and assign it seat number 2. By assigning a seat number, this allows the food runner to be able to deliver the food or drink to the correct person at that table. Now if a product has modifiers, as you can see here, the server will also be able to upsell the product as well. We will also add an appetizer that the table will share, and then an entree ordered by one of the guests. Once completed, you can now fire the order to the kitchen using the Save button. This function will fire the items to the kitchen display or printer. You can also configure another display or printer that will only display drink items in the bar as well. Once the guest is ready to close out their tab, you can reopen the table map and select on the table. From here, you can add more items if needed, or you can touch on the pay button to continue. If the original guest that opened the tab would like to pay for the whole table, then you can simply touch on the charge button. Otherwise, one of the great features that we offer is the split payment functionality. From the table side or at the counter POS, the server can generate the bill for payment. We will select the split by seat option, and here you will see that the items that were assigned a seat number will automatically be placed into their own ticket. For the appetizer, we will split this 3 ways by pressing on the item. And then for the entree, we'll simply drag it into the check of the guest that ordered that item. To process the payment, there are 2 options available. After sanitizing the iPad, the server can physically bring the iPad directly to the guest and allow them to tip and sign on the screen. Or you can pre-print the bill using the printer icon and bring the check to each guest. Let's say that the server pre-prints the bill. Once the server receives the payment from each guest, they can go back to this payment screen and close them out individually. So now we'll go ahead and close out one of the checks. The server can then print the physical receipt, which will include the signature and tip line for the guest. Once the server receives the physical copy back, the server can go to the POS to adjust the tips under the Manage Credit Card Batch screen. For this transaction, we will enter a $2 tip and select the Adjust button to finalize it. Thank you everyone for your time. Now I'll pass it to Louisa, who will be demonstrating the second part of the demo.
Perfect. Thank you, Thomas. Hi, everyone. I'm Luisa, and I will go ahead and get started with the website builder and the smartphone branded app. So, SalesVu is fully able to design, build, and host a website for customers. And everything that you see on the screen right now, from the logo, the banners, pictures, fonts, and colors, it's completely customizable. So the clients are able to adjust the desktop view or they can adjust the mobile view to make their website mobile friendly. So with the help of this sitemap, they will be able to create multiple pages for their own website. So for example, for this client, we're building a reservations page, which will include a banner at the top and then at the bottom, the time slots for the reservations. And we're also creating an online ordering page that has the same design, banners at the top. We also added a widget recommendation for best-selling items so customers can quickly access those products online. And at the bottom, we show also the normal menu that's at the restaurant. So one of the best advantages of the website builder is that you can select from multiple templates to create the best website that fits your business. And it's fully integrated with the point of sale app that Thomas just presented. And an extra advantage is that we can also build separate pages for reservations or online ordering, and this will integrate into existing customers' websites. So once these pages are completely done, what we're able to do is SalesVu can provide a QR code to the restaurant that customers can scan with their mobile phones and they can access the online ordering page directly from their mobile phones again, and they can simply place orders on the spot. So SalesVu will be able to provide two types of different QR codes. The first one is for curbside pickup, and then the second one is for on-premise ordering. So the first flow that I will walk you through will be for curbside pickup. So on this side of the screen, I have the POS register that's at the restaurant. And then on the right side of the screen, I have the mobile device for the customer. So in this case, Luisa's home, she's able to access the website directly from her phone. She can browse the menu by tapping on the different categories, maybe filter for dietary restrictions, and then add a product to the cart. So from here, when she adds this product, she can check the description, select the options or modifiers. Maybe she would like to add an extra note for allergies or for extras that she just wants to add to the item, and then add to cart. Once that's completed, Louisa can continue shopping or she can just proceed to checkout. And for demo purposes, what I did before is I previously logged in with Luisa's email and password. And this is actually a great advantage that restaurants can offer for their regular customers. They can register or log in into the website for a faster checkout. Just as I mentioned before, we will pre-populate all the info on the screen. And then at this point, what Luisa can do is simply select the delivery preference, which in this case, we'll do a curbside pickup. After that, we will see the pickup address at the bottom. Luisa can order for as soon as possible or she can schedule her pickup. So for example, I will schedule this for 1 p.m. And then at the bottom, Luisa will be able to just double check the orders information. So the product, the modifiers. Also, restaurants are able to allow coupon codes redemption for online orders. There's different payment methods that restaurants can also allow as credit cards, gift cards, physical or online gift cards, and lastly, loyalty points. For the speed of the demo, I will complete the transaction with a gift card. Once I apply the gift card number, the balance will be shown at the bottom, and then I can simply tap on continue, select the tip for the online order, and complete the transaction that way. When the transaction is completed, on the point of sale app, you notice that the cash register at the restaurant will receive an online order notification in green, and it also has a sound. And also at this point, we will send this particular order to the kitchen, and we can have designated kitchen displays, maybe one for hot items at the kitchen, and then another station for drinks at the bar. So we'll be able to allocate these different products to the specific printers or kitchen displays. Now, when the transaction is completed, Luisa on the mobile device will receive an email confirmation, and then the cashier at the cash register at the restaurant can access this order by tapping on the orders icon. Then, for example, from here, he can source the different orders with the filters at the top. So let's say I only want to see online orders and orders that were paid. So the screen will narrow down to the specific orders that I want to check out. And this screen is exactly like another of our apps, which is the incoming kitchen display. So we'll be able to show all of the different orders that are arriving from the different sources at the same time. The kitchen display has more advanced functionality like color coded orders or even a summary at the top, but they have the same functionality as in changing the status of the order and expanding the order by tapping on the plus icon. So for example, from this screen, the cashier is able to check the customer details, what's the delivery method, which in this case, all of these orders are meant to be picked up and they have all of the specific times. They can also see the amount and the order status, which in this case, it's closed or paid for. So what the cashier can do is change the status of this order to in process, and then at this time, on the mobile phone, Luisa will receive a text message notification that says, "Hey, your order is in process," and it will happen the exact same thing whenever we're ready the order. So as you can see, it says, "Hi, Luisa, your order 137. Ata contento Austin, it's now ready." So when Luisa gets that text message, she can start heading to the restaurant. She can drive or use any vehicle. And as soon as she arrives, she will be able to open her email at the order confirmation. And at the bottom, she will see a button that says, "I'm here." So by tapping on this button, Luisa is able to tell the restaurant where is she located. So for example, the restaurant here is asking for the car color. So we're going to do a red Lexus, and it's also asking for the parking spot, right? So let's say it's number 4. So when we send the message, the POS register will receive a message notification that says, "Hey, Luisa has arrived. This is your order 137, and she's in a red Lexus parking spot number 4." So what the cashier can do is he can tap to load the order, just double check that all the products are included in the order, and then to access previous messages, the cashier can tap on the icon at the top. It's just going to be a list icon that will display all of the different curbside pickup orders that have arrived to the business. So then at this time, what the server can do, or the staff members, they can locate Luisa at parking spot number 4 and deliver the food. So in this case, we don't allow customers to go inside the restaurant because of the pandemic restrictions. We got to keep the social distancing, but staff members are able to simply go out and deliver the food. So this will be the whole process for the curbside pickup type of online ordering. So now the next thing that I will demonstrate to you will be how to do on-premise ordering. So I will share this QR code and I will share the iPhone as well. All right, perfect. SalesVu will be able to generate a QR code per table where customers will be able to view the menu and order directly for their table. So in this example, this QR code will be for table 3, and the customer will be able to simply sit down at the table, open the camera, and scan the QR code. So at this time, it'll redirect the customer to the menu. They can add any products to the cart, proceed to checkout, and because we scan the QR code directly for table number 3, the delivery preference and the availability will update automatically. So whenever the customer fills the information for guest checkout or logs in to complete the transaction, the availability for table 3 will print automatically to the kitchen printer or will display automatically on the kitchen displays. The next app that I will walk you through will be the self-ordering kiosk OrderUp. This app is one of our customers' favorites. It is extremely versatile, and it's something that you can utilize either at the quick service environment where you can install a kiosk at the entryway, let customers order really quick and speed that line. Or for example, in the dining industry, they will definitely be able to install a kiosk on top of every table, and restaurant owners can let customers place their own orders at their own pace and check out whenever they're ready. So the first screen of the OrderUp app will be the screensaver. This is completely customizable by the business. They can put any pictures that they like. And from the customer's point of view, and they will definitely need to tap on start your order. Then at this time, we'll require a name for order identification purposes. And we will also require a phone number. Now, this is something that can be optional, but you can get several benefits. One of them is that you can send text notifications to customers whenever their orders are ready through the kitchen display app. Or, for example, if the restaurant already has a loyalty program integrated, um, the customer will start accumulating points right away just by entering the phone number. The next advantage is that if this customer has been to the business previously, the past purchase history will appear on the screen. And this is something that appears directly on the category screen. So for example, from here, the customer is able to browse up and down throughout the different categories. We have big pictures, big fonts to make it visually attractive. And the categories at the top are something that SalesVu puts together. We have an algorithm for recommendations, and we basically analyze the purchase behavior of customers, and we're able to put together the trending now items and the best selling items. So let's say that this customer right now would like to order a drink. So for example, the menu on the kiosk can be displayed in multiple ways. So at the top we have drinks, and then we will have the subcategories, which are specialty drinks, wines, beer, or non-alcoholic. So the customer is also able to use the filter, select the dietary restrictions. Let's say I want to drink under 150 calories, and then the menu will narrow down to specifically what the customer wants to see. So let's say that from here they will add a couple of products. And if a product has a modifier, the customer can either select it or not. So let's say in this one we make it a jumbo cup, and then we will simply add to cart. We made this app super easy in a sense that customers can navigate back and forth through different categories. So for example, let's go to an entree. I will add the first product, which is fajitas. This product has an image gallery, so I can browse through the specific pictures. I can also check the description, add more than one, or simply add to cart, and then being able to select my modifiers. And from here we can go back to products, and I will add one last product to the order. So when the customers would like to check out, they can either tap on the cart button at the top or at the bottom. It'll take them to the summary page, and from here they will be able to double check their order. So for example, all the products, make sure that all the modifiers are correct with the extra cost. And one last recommendation that the kiosk has is you might also like. This one is one of the restaurant's favorites because even right at the checkout, we are able to keep upselling to the customer, right? So at this time, it's asking them, would you like to add a house guacamole? So for example, they can quickly add to order by tapping on the button, and they're not leaving the checkout page. If they're good to go, they can simply tap on checkout. It'll take them directly to the payment screen, and we're trying to push this kiosk to be completely contactless, stay away from cash, and go more through critical transactions, Apple Pay, Google Wallet. We can also accept gift cards that can be physical or online gift cards. And then lastly, if the customer has enough points, they can use those towards the order. For this demo, I will complete the transaction with a gift card. I will tap on done, and then the tip screen will appear. The tip screen is actually something that applies for credit card transactions and gift card transactions. So we will tap on 15% for this example, and then tap on pay. When the transaction is completed, the customer will receive the following message. Since this was paid with a gift card, we will display the gift card number, the gift card balance, and this kiosk can be completely paperless, as you can allow clients to send their receipts by email or by text. Now, also when the transaction is completed, we will be able to send this order to the kitchen, and it can be redirected to different kitchen stations. So for example, all of my food items will be sent to the kitchen printer, and all of my drinks will be sent to the bar printer. This will be the main OrderUp app. And now what I can also walk you through really quick will be the web portal management. So this is the only one solution for SalesVu. It's basically just a web portal that clients can access from any device at any time. So on the left side menu, there will be all the modules for their business. And one of our top modules that we always like to demo, just so you can see capabilities, it's reporting. So reports can be as general as you'd like, or as specific as you'd like as well. And for example, right here I have different filters. Maybe I would like to run a report of sales by category. I have a date range as well. I can also enter the entire period, and I can change it to different graphs. So for example, bar, pie, line, or a table. And in this case, what I'm showing you, it's my best selling categories compared week by week. So I can see that my entrees and my drinks have increased definitely from the past week. From here, you can schedule this report to be sent at any frequency that you'd like. You can save this report, and you can also print it or save it as a PDF. The next report that I can show you will be the average ticket sales report. This actually is something very nice that you can pull by employee, and you can see who's the best employee that's selling the most, and maybe you can utilize that employee for training purposes. So in this example, I just pull it for year to date, and I can see that Dorota is my top employee for the majority of the year. So I can utilize her again to train any new staff. Today, we will continue with our demo series for restaurants, and I will walk you through the backend menu setup and inventory management. So right now I am located in the backend, which is the management portal solution that our customers and restaurant owners will be able to use to manage every single part of the business. So I am under products and services. From here, the restaurant owner is able to create categories or subcategories. They can also manage modifiers for all of these items that have extra options. They can manage tax brackets as well. But most importantly, from here, they will be able to create the products that are included in the menu. So now, SalesVu is a great platform for multi-location businesses. Merchants with multiple stores will be able to manage their menu under one single page. So for example, in this case, I have 3 locations. I can go to all locations. It'll display the products that are available for that, or I can simply select each location individually. So it is a great platform in a way that the restaurant owners doesn't have to hassle and switch between stores all the time. You can set up one product to be available for all of your locations at the same time. So now let me show you how to set up a product. I will go ahead and edit Skinny Margarita for this example. So everything that has a red star on like on top of it, it'll be mandatory. That's something that we require in the system in order to create an item. So for example, the first thing that the system is asking is location. So this product belongs to which stores? So in this example, I only have it enabled for my Austin location, but let's say that I also would like to include this in my Dallas location. So I can simply enable it from one click and click on select. When that is done, then I am able to select the name of the product. I can also change pictures, have an image gallery for online ordering or for the self-ordering kiosk, and most importantly, the price, right? So right now this price it's set up for my Austin location, but let's say that in Dallas I would like to have it a little bit different. So I can quickly click on change price for the other locations. I can say, okay, for my Dallas location, I want it to be $13, right? So I can make those changes on the spot directly from one screen. Then after that, you can select a description for the product, assign a category, right? The type of product. We have sellable items. Sellable means that you actually sell this product at the store or online. We also have non-sellable items, which can be ingredients that you don't sell as an item or modifiers. And we also have the ability for the restaurant owner to select the tax bracket. We can have one tax bracket, multiple tax brackets, and this is something that can also change per location depending on what you'd like to do. So now I'm going to scroll a little bit to the bottom and I will show you 2 of our main features while creating a product. One of them will be modifiers. So modifiers have the goal to always upsell. In this example, I have a skinny margarita, right? And one of my modifier groups is top shelf tequila, which means that I can actually upsell the client to get an extra shot of this high end tequilas, and they can actually have an extra cost. So this will add to the total bill. And it's all about upselling. This, for example, these shots of these tequilas will deduct automatically from the bottle that's available under inventory. So we have that available as well. Now, going to the bottom, one of the most unique features that we have in the restaurant industry, it's the ability to offer inventory, right? So we keep track of ingredients in different units. So what you see on the screen right now is just a recipe of this drink. So one margarita will include all of these different ingredients: lime juice, agave, Don Julio tequila, triple sec, ice. So I am able to pull recipes like this. And for example, we have predefined unit conversions in the system. So for my lime juice, I have fluid ounces. I also have scoops or tablespoons, right? And I can modify the quantity that's included in this recipe. But we also allow restaurant owners to create their own custom units. So, for example, for this Don Julio tequila, I created a custom unit as a double shot, right? This is something that wasn't predefined in the system. I just created it for this specific recipe. And this can be really helpful for other recipes as well. So, every time I sell one margarita, all of these ingredients will automatically deduct from inventory. And that's the beauty of it, right? That besides being able to see, okay, today I've sold 5 margaritas, I am also able to see the ingredients that are deducting. And now to finish on how to set up a product at the bottom, it's just the ability to tell the system, do you want to tag these products? So in our previous demo, we saw that we have filters in order to get to certain parts of the menu. These filters are available online or at the kiosk. And basically in this example, I am tagging this margarita product for like skinny cocktails under 150 calories, right? So I am able to put this together in my menu and just let customers browse the menu in a different way, in a faster way. So when all of our changes are done, what we can do is click on save, and then our product will be completed and will be updated successfully. So now I'm going to walk you through some inventory management. So I will just on the left side menu click on inventory. It'll automatically take me to the following screen. So this is a type of report that restaurant owners will use on a daily or weekly basis. It's all about seeing the products that they have in stock. So the first column will let me know the products that I have in inventory, if there's any specific vendors attached to them as well. So that's what you see in parentheses. And then the next column will let me know the quantity that I have in stock as of now, right? So I can always check this inventory levels whenever I'm opening my restaurant, making sure I have all the steaks, I have all the bottles of wines, everything is ready, for a working day. Then after this, we will be able to show the unit. So in here, it's actually pretty nice that we're able to have multiple units. So for example, for agave, I deduct everything in tablespoons. For the arrachera steak, I deduct everything in kilograms. I do have my bottles of wines that will deduct, for example, if I sell 1 glass of wine, it'll automatically deduct from the bottle. So that's why I'm able to see like decimal quantities in here. And then we also have pounds. I do have items as I have prepackaged drinks, for example, a Coca-Cola, right? So we're just able to show all of these products and all of these particular units. So then the next column, it's one of our best features that we have under inventory. It's called threshold. So this will give you the ability to send notifications whenever you're low in stock. So for example, for my arrachera steak, whenever I reach 1 kilogram, the system will automatically send me an email letting me know that I'm low on stock for this product and that I should place a purchase order from my vendor. Now, these notifications are sent to the admin of the account, but we can also keep adding managers, right? Maybe you have an inventory manager or someone that's in charge of placing POs. The next columns that we have will be the deduct inventory quantity and then the last cost price. This is actually very handy. You can check what was the last price that you bought this product from the vendor. So it's something that we display on the spot. And also a very nice thing about this report is that you can customize it by products. You can search by vendors. Maybe you want to search by specific categories or subcategories. And most importantly, we can also switch this particular report by locations, which is the greatest thing that we have in SalesVu. You can have one master account that manages all of your stores at the same time. Now I'm going to jump into vendors and purchase orders. These two modules go together. So I'm going to go to vendors. In here, we will be able to add vendors, right, for all of the different items that you have in inventory. So for example, it's really easy. Restaurant owners can add vendors manually, or we have an import sheet where we just bulk import everyone. The information that we capture the most is contact info, right? What we want to make sure we have is the vendor name, the contact name, phone number, but the most important part is the email address. The reason why it's because we are able to send purchase orders directly from SalesVu, and they're sent to that email address. So that's what you're looking right now on the screen. And then you can also let restaurant owners manage their own purchase types and payment terms with each vendor individually. And lastly, it's super easy to always activate or deactivate a specific vendor. For example, the majority of my vendors are active in here, but I do have a vendor that has been terminated. Now that we have all of our vendors, we can actually go and place a purchase order. So purchase order is another module that's divided by locations. It's something that you can quickly change by clicking on the drop down. And in SalesVu, we have three types of purchase orders, right? So the first one will be draft orders. These are orders that you have placed but you haven't sent to the vendor. Maybe it's something that you know you have to reorder because your inventory is getting low, but it hasn't been sent. Then we have open orders. These type of orders are orders that you already sent to the vendor but you haven't received. They will be on an open state until you finally receive them. And then the last one is closed orders. These are orders that you already received. They already increase the levels in your inventory report, and this you can find them everything under closed orders. So right now I'm just going to stay in open orders and I will show you how to receive inventory. It's actually pretty easy. A lot of our restaurants accounts that use SalesVu use this, I would say, on a weekly basis, daily basis, even if possible. So what we're going to do is the following. I have all of my open orders on the screen and I will select order 60. So what I can do is simply click on the drop down menu and I can receive it automatically, right? I can definitely do that. Or I can view it. So when I view this order, I am able to check all the different details. I can actually print it if the vendor requires a physical copy, and I can definitely check the products that are included here. So you can receive these products individually. You can simply mark them as received. Everything is good to go. I receive all of my inventory. But then let's say that for any reason you didn't receive the whole inventory, maybe you didn't receive all the steaks that you needed from the farm food vendor. So what you can do is you can partially receive as well. And then when you partially receive an order, it remains in an open state until you fully receive it. So in this example, I'm going to completely receive this order. So I'm just going to click on receive. Then usually the vendor will come with a specific vendor invoice number. That's something that they use for their own internal purposes. So what you can do is you can enter that number here and then click on yes. So at this time, all of my products will be received and my inventory levels will increase automatically under my view adjust report. So when I go back, that order disappears. It's no longer open, but I can definitely go to closed orders and find that specific order 60 that we just received. All right. So now continuing with the inventory management portion, I am going to go to inventory transfer. So this feature, it's great whenever a restaurant owner has multiple stores. Basically, you will be able to transfer inventory from one location or your source to your destination. So when we select the source and destination, the system will put together the products that they have in common. So for example, the majority of the products that they have here are drinks, right? So let's say that I would like to transfer some Cokes and Coronas from Dallas to Austin. So I will simply enter the quantity. Let's say I would like to transfer 5 of these and maybe some Diet Cokes. Or Cokes, we can transfer 5 of these as well. So when we click on transfer, the inventory levels will automatically update from the source to the destination, and you will be able to check all of these transfers under the transfer log report. This report, it's also something that you can export into a CSV file, or you can automatically print it. The next module that I will walk you through will be profitability. This one is great because it will show you specific reports that are targeted towards inventory. So for example, we do have a date range that you can customize, and our advanced options will show the following. You can pull a report by profit margin, cost of goods sold, your total cost of inventory, or even your most recent metrics. And then, for example, if I am pulling a profit margin, I am able to select the report type. So let's say I do a bar graph. I can also select the period just so I can compare my profit margin over time. And then you can select what I would like to include in this report. So I can even do it by percentage or by currency. And then lastly, I can tell the system I would like to run this profit margin report by products, categories, or subcategories. So I will run it by categories. I will select them all and then submit. So the information that will show in the screen is the following. So my most profitable category for this month, it's entrees. So I can see that, this category is doing really great. My next most profitable category, it's tacos. But the one that doesn't, give me a lot of profit will be soups and salads. So maybe in here, I can try to make some adjustment, maybe put some promotions for that, or maybe reduce cost in certain areas just to have all my profit margins up to date and up to speed. Now, the next module that I will show you, it's going to be label printing. This this use case will be great for restaurants if they would like to sell prepackaged food, right? Especially with COVID right now, why not being able to create salads or sandwiches and simply stick a label on it and being able to sell it at the restaurant, right? So what SalesVu is able to do is when you create a new product, we can automatically generate barcodes depending on the digits that you'd like to have. And we have an integration with the printer named Dymo Label Writer, which will allow me to print all these tags so I can stick them onto my items. So again, this will be great and a great example for prepackaged items. I can have my barcode at the top, the digits, what's the product name, the selling price, the business name. You can customize these fields. Maybe you can add a couple more information. And then from there, the system will automatically like bulk print all of these tags. You can stick them on the products and then utilize the POS to scan these products to add them to orders. That will be the best use case that we have for this particular tool. The next feature that I will show you, it's out of stock setting. This one is actually great for all of the multiple sales channels that we offer in SalesVu. It will basically allow the restaurant owner to tell the system, what would you like to do when products do not have inventory, right? So in this example, we have a couple of things. You can either allow sales to continue, which is a use case for other type of industries, but mainly in the restaurant industry, you would either like to remove the product completely, so you're not selling something that you do not have, and that's something that I have available for my point of sale and my kiosk. As soon as I run out of inventory, it disappears, and I won't have any problems. And then for e-commerce, we have a different type of approach. Maybe you would like to show that you have that product, right? But since it's out of stock, we can show it with an out of stock banner. It'll be a yellow banner, and then we grade out the product. That way you still let customers know that you have it, but you just don't have it right now. So basically what you can do is mix and match, tell the system what you'd like to do for each sales channel. And then whenever you input inventory, it'll automatically update and your products will reappear automatically on your different sales channels. Now, the last feature that I will show you today in terms of inventory will be adjustments, right? So this will be the adjustment report, but first I'm going to go to view adjust. So restaurant managers will do inventory counts by the end of the week, right? And maybe they would like to do an inventory count of their most expensive items. So in this example, what I'm going to do is simply go to my drinks category and go to my wine bottles. And that's what I have on the screen right now, right? So as a manager, I'm checking, let's say I'm doing a physical count at the end of the week. I would like to make sure that all of my bottles of wines are up to date with the inventory system that I have. So let's say I'm counting and then one bottle broke, right? It just happened. It was an accident. So it was a bottle of red wine. I do not have 4 bottles anymore. I actually have 3 bottles because it broke. So what I can do as a manager is simply adjust the inventory manually. Let's say now I have 3 bottles. And then when I save it, the system will ask me to enter a note, right? So I can say the bottle broke and done. So where am I going to be able to see these adjustments? Well, you will have the adjustments report. You can simply click on it. We can modify it for today's adjustments. I have 2 adjustments, right? So the one that we just did, it's the following for the red wine. So I know, okay, I'm checking this product. It happened this date and time. My before quantity was 4. Now my quantity is 3. There's a -1 adjustment. And then I can simply go to the notes section and check what happened, right? So I can see, okay, the bottle broke. That's why I don't have 1 bottle. And then for my other example, um, with white wine, the same thing happened. I was counting inventory. I do not have 1 bottle. What happened? And I can also use this for theft, right? So I can say second theft. What's going on? I do not have 1 bottle. It didn't broke. It didn't spill. I can add different notes here. And this report, it's actually something that you can export into a CSV file, or you can run it by different categories, by different products, or by locations as well. So this will be everything that we prepared for you today. It was all about how to set up the menu, how to set up products, the multi-location capabilities that we have with SalesVu, and most importantly, the inventory management portion. Thank you so much for your time today, and now we can go into some questions.